Hey, everyone. Welcome to our Lunch and Learn today. How are you? We're so happy to have you here today. We have a fun topic today, right? It's going to be
We have a
good.
really
Give
fun topic today, Joe. We're talking about givers and takers.
what? There's takers?
Givers, givers, and takers. Yeah.
Gotcha. We attract givers. Like our product attracts
Thank
givers.
goodness. Honestly, I mean, we joke about givers and takers, but honestly, we do attract givers because givers generally want to know how they can give more. You know, kind of that's kind of in their DNA, whereas
Yes.
takers not so
Hmm.
much. Not so much. Hey, Andrea.
No.
Hey, Natalie. Good to see you guys. So yeah, givers and takers. It's an interesting topic. And when we first started thinking about this, Joe, I was like, do we really want to talk about takers? We've all come across takers in our life, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Well,
takers
and you know what?
give you
What we
the
don't want to
ickies.
Yeah, but what we don't want to do is sour anybody today. Basically, what we're going to teach or talk about are givers and takers and the differences. But the real deal is, if you're a taker and you know it, and most people do, and this isn't a horrible thing, but we can make you look like a giver. That's kind of why we're here today to talk to you about that.
Honestly, so I believe that Mailbox Power makes givers look even better. It gives them a tool to do
Hmm.
what they do naturally. That's what it really does. It gives them the tool to do what they do naturally. But for
Hmm.
takers, they actually
Hmm.
can bluff their way through and
Exactly.
look like a giver if they use it properly. It's
I agree,
true.
100%.
So
No, it
wait,
is
I
true.
feel a little weird about this, Joe. We're telling people how to actually look like they care.
That is what we're doing today. Yes, if you really don't care, that's okay. We can make it look like you actually do.
Just
Matter of
don't
fact,
tell us, because
we'll
I
make it look
feel
like you love your customers.
feel
But
a
it is
little
weird.
awkward teaching people to how to look like they care if they don't. Hey, Neil, good to see you. All right, so
Definitely.
okay, we better get into this topic, Joe, before I chicken out.
I agree. I agree. Seriously, let's go do this thing. Jeez.
All right, let's see what we've got going on here. All right. What's the difference between givers and takers? Usually, when you meet somebody, the thought in their head is, I always think, and I know you do too, Joe, because we wouldn't get along very well if we weren't both givers in this world.
True.
And so most givers think, "Hi, what can I do for you?" That's what they're kind of scanning the horizon for people they can help and people that they can do something for. Whereas a taker, and I didn't even understand this concept until just maybe a few years ago.
Yep.
But a taker is navigating through the world looking at what they can get out of it. What juice can I squeeze from you?
Right. That's exactly accurate. And it wasn't that long ago that I was introduced to this giver and taker topic as well. And it was a friend who did these huge trainings. And he was talking to these huge sales groups and going, "Hey, listen, if you were a taker all your life, it's not too late to change. You can change, your ways, and you can think a little differently." And I'm like, "Giver and taker, what's he talking about?" And I started to, understand and get into the presentation. I'm like, "This is really a thing, isn't it?"
Yeah.
And I just didn't understand it. But once
Yeah.
you do, kind of opens your eyes quite a bit. And then you
Yeah.
start looking and like, oh, I luckily we're literally surrounded by givers. I mean, we just as Mailbox Power, we attract those people. Like the product attracts the giver
Yeah.
for sure.
It does.
So
It does. So let's look at these telltale signs on how to spot a giver or a taker. So givers are focused on other people, while takers are focused on themselves. Uh,
yeah,
Givers seek to help and serve other people. Takers seek the help and service of others. And you see how that could work because the giver is looking to give and the taker is looking to take. And you see
Mhm.
how they could link up. Takers almost have a radar looking for givers that they can take from. So
Mhm.
givers
Mhm.
put others' interests ahead of their own, while takers put their own interests ahead of others. And I think we've all come across people in life that we may have thought were givers and they actually were takers. We didn't know that. I will say this, takers have a finely tuned radar for givers. They seek them out and they seek, and these are strong words, but they seek to exploit them and to exploit their generosity and their giving nature.
Yep.
So that is really the real difference there. And so first of all, we have to believe that people can change. Do you believe fundamentally that people can change, Joe? That's the question.
I do. Yeah, I absolutely do. And you know why? Especially in this instance. It feels so good to be a giver. And if you've been a taker and you have no idea what we're talking about, just pay attention for the next 20 minutes. I promise we'll educate you and we'll give you that feeling of what we're talking about. And, you know, there there's so many memes out there around, givers and takers, but, you know, like this one says, giving gives you more than getting can ever get.
Yeah.
And that couldn't be more accurate. The act of giving a gift, without any expectation of anything in return is a big deal. If you can do that, like literally shut that side of your brain off that says, I'm expecting something, I'm expecting a
Yeah.
phone call, a text, a thank you, blah, blah, blah. You can just shut that off and give all of this. Your business will grow, you will flourish. As a matter of fact, you'll probably sleep better, truthfully. You'll probably sleep better. So, and as it says here, it feels good to give. It really does.
It does. It does. And we hear that when we're kids, right? We hear, "Oh, it feels better to give than to receive." And you're like, "Really?" Because it feels pretty good when I get something. But I think that by the time we reach adulthood, we understand that it truly does feel better to give than to receive. And that is why a lot of us, when people say, and this just, I just celebrated a birthday at the beginning of the month, and people were like, "Oh, what do you want for your birthday?" And I was like, "Nothing, nothing, nothing. I want your smiling face in front of me. Let's have
Mhm,
coffee, let's
mhm.
share time together." For me, time and experience is really, really kind of my love language. And so when people spend time, or I received so many cards and gifts and things like that. And honestly, it warmed my heart. It warmed my heart to receive that. To be on the receiving end was really nice.
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right. So here are 5 ways to be a giver. Joe touched on this a minute ago. Give without expectation of reciprocation. This it's you've got to train yourself to do this. You've got to train yourself to just give and not expect anything in return at all. And when you can really dial that in is when you really see the fruits of your labor, so to speak. Because you can enjoy the act of giving far more if you're just giving to someone without the expectation that they'll do anything in return.
Absolutely. And number 2, give your time and attention to people who matter to you, right? Is that your kids? Is it a coworker? And I'm gonna say this, is it a vendor?
Yeah.
Sometimes in business, the relationships with your vendors can make or break you. And there's a lot to be said for giving them some attention. You don't have to send gifts. You don't have to send cards. You don't have to do any of that. But I got to tell you, your time, I was taught early on as a father that my children spelled love Time.
Yes.
That's how they spelled it, time, because that's what they desired was time, with their father. And that made a lot of sense to me. And guess what? Everybody's just like that. The people you work with, your customers, your vendors, everybody is just like that. So yeah, just give your time and attention to people who matter.
Who really matter to you. And if you're in
Right.
business, that means sitting down and figuring out, okay, if these people weren't here today, either vendors or employees or whoever they may be. If they weren't here today, would I be able to run my business? And those are the people, the cogs in the wheel, if you will. Those are the people that are making your business run smoothly. And you need to
Mhm.
take care of those people for sure. Number three is share ideas and praise freely. Lots of times people have this idea that if they shine a light on other people, it's going to dim their own light. And exactly the opposite happens. If you shine the light on other people, your own light shines brighter. And so if you can do that in a business, you can do it personally anyway, but if you can do that in your business as well, sharing your ideas, sharing praise, making sure that people know how valuable they are to your business. Again, that is going to serve you very, very well.
Absolutely. Okay. Help people solve problems. That's easy, right? I mean, for a taker, this is not easy because they're not looking to help someone else, but that is a part of being that giver, is being able to reach out and see somebody who's having a problem, be able to reach out to them and offer some assistance. Even just offering is enough
That
sometimes,
is enough.
right? You don't have to follow through because they may not really need you, but the offer itself makes you look, to be the giver.
Gosh, Joe, that really, really is so true. And I want to kind of touch on this for a second in terms of helping people. If you offer, like Joe said, that goes a long way. But also not just say, hey, I'm here if you need me, but actually offer to do actual things. Not like call me if you need anything. That's way too
Mhm,
big. But
mhm,
hey, which day next week can I bring dinner over? you know,
mhm, mhm.
which day,
Right.
get really specific about your offer, and people are far more likely to take you up on it. So, number five is send cards and gifts to people you value. And that is where Mailbox Power really, really shines, is in it being able to be that vehicle for you, that tool that you can use and send cards and gifts to people to make them feel special and appreciated and valued as a customer, as a client, as an employee, as a family member, as a friend, whatever it may be. But we really, really have that dialed in, on a business level for sure, and certainly on a personal level as well.
Absolutely.
So, how can Mailbox Power help you look like a giver? First of all, Joe, we're using a word on the screen that many people may not know what it means. We said set up a birthday automation to make people feel special on their birthday. What is a birthday automation?
Hmm. Well, folks, listen, I'm going to get on my birthday soapbox just for a minute. The birthday marketing soapbox. On automation is basically the set it and forget it of birthday marketing. You put together an automation that sends maybe a birthday card on the birthday and a postcard on the half birthday, or a card and a set of brownies on the birthday and then a card on the half birthday, or reverse those. Doesn't matter. But the deal is that it's automatic. Once you've put somebody into this automation, our system will automatically 7 days before their birthday ship the product out of our door and to theirs. And typically it arrives either a day before or on their birthday if you do it in that way. Now, you could set it to be 14 days or 3 days before their birthday. Doesn't It's up to you on how you want to do that. We suggest 7 because we know 99% of the time just it gets there on time. But this automated feature, like, hold on, takers, listen and take note. Okay, listen, takers, and take note. This is one place that you can win huge with everybody, all of your customers, your friends, family, doesn't matter, everybody. If you will celebrate their birthday, you will be a hero, and you will be one step removed from the taker icon and one step closer to appearing as the giver. Now, listen, I say this because the average number of cards somebody gets on their birthday now is pathetic. It's one or two is the average.
Mhm.
And just imagine being one of those one or two that showed up. It is a big deal. And I'm going to go a step further. You're going to get texts that are going to make you feel good. And I just got one yesterday. And here's what it reads: Thank you so much for the birthday brownie and card. I truly appreciate your thoughtfulness. And then her name. That's it.
Mhm.
That feels good to get those. Now, did I remember she was in my birthday campaign? Nope. Did I remember there was anything that went out 7 days ago that landed on her doorstep? Nope, I didn't. I didn't have to. That's the beauty of the whole thing. And takers, are you taking note? I just shared a text. That was one. Almost every single day, I get a text like this, or somebody from Messenger or a phone call thanking me for sending them something. It is a big deal for you to celebrate the lives of the important people around you. So, anyway, I'm going to get off my birthday soapbox and get back into my chair. Okay, everything's good.
Good. All right.
Oh, but
Here we
we should
go.
talk about, hold on. Can you go back one? Is that
Yeah.
possible?
Yeah.
We forgot to mention that we actually have a higher end birthday package as well. And you're looking at it right now.
Yeah.
It includes a gigagram, a coffee mug, a candle, a birthday candle that sings happy birthday, and 4 brownies in this beautiful box tied with a ribbon in the front. I mean, it is an amazing product, folks. And if you want to go to that next step, or you've segmented your audience, this is a really good way to do it as well.
Yeah, so that is our premium packaging that you're looking at right there. And those streamers that you see all around that box are actually in those little blue pouches inside the box. So the streamers come with it. What a great way to celebrate somebody. This is one of our premium gifts. So this is one of the higher end gifts, but whatever your budget allows. And like Joe says, he has his birthday automation segmented. Some people get a card, some people get a card and a brownie, some people get something as nice as this. So you can segment it based on whether it's friend, family, VIP, business member, whatever it may be. But the beautiful thing is that all of this, with the exception of the candle and the streamers, everything in there is personalized. The card, the mug, the brownies, every single thing is personalized for your recipient. And that is not difficult. It's a one-click deal. So it's very, very simple. We'll show you another design of one of these coming up in just a minute. But here's another idea. Set up a monthly top of mind automation for all of your customers. This one happens to be recipes, but you could do it in anything. That we've got loads and loads of automations that are already set up in Mailbox Power, ready to go. If you're a realtor, we have home services, a home service automation that reminds people on how to take care of their homes. We've got these recipe cards, we've got motivational cards, we've got all kinds of things that are literally just ready to go. All you have to do is go into our design catalog and choose what you would like to set up. And it's as easy as a few clicks of a button to make sure that you've got people attached to that automation. And then you don't have to worry about it for a year. Some of them are longer. We've got another automation that's 2.5 years long. So we've got automations that go for a long, long time, and you don't have to worry about it.
And the whole idea around these, by the way, is adding value into the lives of your customer base. It's not self promotion. As you can see, these
Yeah.
cards do not have somebody's picture all over the front of them saying,
Right.
"Look at me, buy from me." What you're doing is basically you're adding value into your customers' lives by giving them something. And these are recipe cards. Who couldn't use a recipe card? Even I can use a recipe card. I'm good with that. Bring them. I think
Yeah.
these fit in the recipe box too, right?
Yeah, and these are 4x6 postcards, so they fit in most 4x6 recipe boxes. But here's the thing: you could put your name and your logo or whatever on the bottom of and the back of the recipe card. They'll still see you. You're not asking for anything. You're just saying, "Hey, here's a recipe, and oh, by the way, here's who it's from," which is great. But I think that is an important note to make as a giver. You're not asking for anything. You're not saying, bring this card in and get 20% off or anything like that. You're not asking them to do anything. You're just sending things that keep you and your business top of mind. Not because you've got a big advertisement splashed all over the front of the card, but because you are providing value to that person outside of your normal business that you do with that person.
Exactly. And we're not saying don't prospect, don't use those ads, don't use those. We're just saying there's a time and place for everything. What we're talking about is nurturing right now and
We're talking
giving.
top of mind is not the same as prospecting. So yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. How about this? Sending something special to your VIP top clients or customers. This happens to be our laser engraved personalized charcuterie board. It comes with that drawer that slides out that contains the 4 different cheese and meat tools there. It slides back in when you're finished using the tools. But it's a beautiful bamboo board. And this is a great gift. It does not come with the bottle of wine. So I'll point that out right away. It doesn't come with the wine or the cheese, but you could certainly send this to somebody and they would enjoy it. Here's the nice thing: you can even up the ante on this particular thing by sending the monthly idea cards for how to build various charcuterie boards. So in this particular series, there's one for Valentine's, there's one for spring, there's one for late summer night movie night. There's all kinds of different ideas for building charcuterie boards that are beyond the normal meat and cheese and olives and things like that. So, this is a very, very cool thing that you can combine a couple of our gifts, one being the charcuterie board and one being that series of 12 different postcards that they'll get one a month for the next 12 months. If that is not going to keep you and your business top of mind with that customer, I don't know what will.
Absolutely. And this will make you look like a giver if you're not. So takers, again, take note. This is something you could do, and it would clearly make you the giver. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So here's something else. How about practicing employee appreciation with a personalized card and a gift on the employee's birthday and on their work anniversary? That
Yeah.
is a way to make people feel pretty special as employees. Think about this. Joe said this earlier. Your vendors, just do they ever get a birthday card? Do they ever get something on the anniversary of doing business with you? Consider that type of thing. Again, we're going back to who you value in your business, and these people are keeping the wheels turning. The wheels are on the bus. They're keeping them turning, keeping your business running efficiently every single day. And they deserve that little bit of recognition. Not only that, but the feel goods, the endorphins that this releases on both ends for the giver and the receiver are off the charts.
Absolutely. And folks, listen, I can promise you one thing. If you're a business owner, it's far more cost effective to send these types of things to your employees than it is to replace them.
Yeah.
The cost to replace an employee is huge. And if your company looks like the taker, they'll leave. I promise. You've probably already got the issue. If you've got the issue, just treat them right. And it doesn't cost much. And you can automate this, which is the best part of it, right? You probably know when they started their anniversary, you know their birthday. Put it in the system and get them something. Change it every year. Just put something in their hands that says, "Hey, I appreciate you as a a valued employee or team member or part of the family, however you want to call it." But I think it's important that you take a peek at this as well.
It is. And I mentioned earlier that we'd be sharing another one of those premium birthday boxes. This is it on the screen right here. The other one, as you saw, was it was balloons and things like that. This one has flowers. But the thing is that this is already set up as an automation. All you have to do is click this. It will personalize the gigagram, which is our big card. It's a big card. So it personalizes that. It personalizes the envelope of that card, the mug, the brownies that are in here, all of that comes personalized with your recipient's name on it. And again, this is a one-click thing. Once you have this set up, and you can change your birthday automations annually so that people aren't getting the same card every single year from you. But you only have to do it once, and then everybody that receives that automation will get the new version of whatever you change it to. All right. And here you go. Joe, this is a good one. There are two kinds of people in this world: givers and takers. The takers may eat better,
But
but
the
the givers
givers,
sleep better.
they sleep and they sleep good, right? So if you have sleeping issues and you think it's around being a taker, please don't hesitate to call us. We have a solution for you. And I promise you'll feel better about the whole thing too. It'll be amazing. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so true. So, if you'd like to learn more about this, about setting up automations or about giving, join our social community. It's called The Post, and you can scan one of those QR codes right there on your screen right now. If you have an iPhone, scan the one that says app. It says App Store for the Apple icon. And then if you have an Android, you want to scan the one that says Google Play. But go ahead and scan those. That'll take you straight into the post. That is our social community where we exchange all kinds of ideas on ways to be givers, on things that you can do to build your business. Not only this topic, but other topics as well, including prospecting, finding new customers. Joe, this week we talked about finding new employees because a lot of people are like, I've got plenty of customers coming in the door. I don't have enough employees to take care of them. So we've had lots of lively conversations and we will continue to do that in the post.
Yeah, we'd love to see you in the post. Seriously, it is a small community of folks who really, practice this direct marketing, direct mail marketing. And folks, there's so many resources in there, so many resources that are free, right at your fingertips, right from your phone, which is the most beautiful thing of all. But we have enjoyed having the post now for quite a few months, and there are a lot of users on there now, and a lot of people feeding each other lots of great information. So love it, love
Yeah.
it, love it.
It's a great spot. And so we invite you to join that. If you missed any of this Lunch and Learn or you'd like to catch one of our other Lunch and Learns, please head over to youtube.com/ mailbox power and click on the Lunch and Learn tab, and you'll be able to see this and other Lunch and Learns that we've done, teaching people basically how to build their business and different ways that you can use Mailbox Power to build your business, whatever that business may be.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for being here. You just gave us 30 minutes. I know time's your most valuable asset, and we appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time today to learn about givers and takers. And folks, if you're a taker, it's not the worst thing in the world. You can change a few things about how you operate. We just gave you some great ideas. If you're a giver, thank you for being here today. You're probably already using the system in that way, but we love you all and appreciate you all. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, everyone.
Bye bye.